And all the problem is to say that today, for a great number of reasons, in the dialectic between destruction and subtraction, probably we have to pay attention to the importance of subtraction. But subtraction, what is today the most important enemy? Is there really destruction? No. In the Western world, the most important enemy is negation of negation, is something like we are all under the same rules. It's a democracy in the ordinary sense, pools and so on, with two parties which finally are the same, as exactly Pasolini said, you become the same as your enemy. That is, in our world today, the most important difficulty for a new politics. And so, first, we have to say that subtraction in its composition with destruction is very important. But second, we have also to say that subtraction without destruction is not negation at all. And finally, is something like complicity. It was only these 2 points. Now for the question. When I speak of politics without place, I speak of the idea that there is in the objectivity of the world, there is nothing which prescribes really a political orientation. It was not the same thing in the last century, because in the last century we have the classical Marxism, which says that there are classes, and classes are political agents. And so we have the party of the workers and the party of the bourgeois state and so on. And so we have places, objective places, which determine, finally, the political orientation. I think the situation today is much more complex. There is no clear distinction of places or fixed places which are determination for political orientation. So we have to find an orientation without places. There is something which is pure determination or political determination without the support of a clear organization of objectivity. And so we cannot say that politics is a sort of representation of the social realities. Politics is the relationship between the society in general and politics is different. To find a new political way is not immediately dependent from objective analysis. Oui. I think there is a relationship, in fact, because the idea of subtraction as one side of the negation is also to say that we have to find a new form of destruction, maybe the divine destruction, or the divine violence, or the divine destruction, but a new concept of violence. The general idea, I think, is that violence is justified when we have to protect something really new in the political field. So we cannot exclude the use of defensive violence, because the subtractive part is also a construction. It's something, it's the affirmative part of negation. But when you create something like that, you have always under the risk of its destruction by the enemies, because the negation is always here, not only on your side, but on the other side too. So the invention of a new form of violence is to construct progressively the means to protect the affirmation itself. So the relationship between subtraction and destruction is finally to substitute a defensive vision of violence to the idea of attack, revolution, insurrection, destruction, and so on. You have an affirmative construction, but you have to protect the affirmation. Yes?
You said we cannot exclude all forms of violence. In mathematics, subtraction remains undefined for infinite pairs in the category of natural numbers. So, do you propose that we leave out in ontology natural numbers, or perhaps in Pasolini's words, the white mountains,
You interpret subtraction too literally. It's an image. Subtraction is, as Wolfgang was saying, it's a mathematical image. By subtraction, we have to understand a process which creates something new, which is subtracted from the dominant laws of the situation. Okay? Subtraction is only this point. Something is created by political action, artistic creation, what you want, which is not under the dominant laws of the situation. That is the subtraction properly. So something which is retired from the domination. And so it's not in contradiction with the ontology of numbers and so on. It's only to take the image of subtraction, precisely, to define something in the concrete process of political action. Yes, yes. And
Thanks for your talk. I have two questions, so I'll make the first one short. First is, I think you said the goal of Marxism is to have a purely egalitarian organization of society. So the first question is, do you agree that the drive for purity is the core of totalitarianism?
do you agree with that?
Did you say totalitarian? The drive for purity.
And then
totalitarian. The question of the possibility of a more egalitarian society, or finally a true egalitarian society, is not by necessity in relationship to the question of purity. When I say egalitarian society or purely egalitarian society, it's at the level of a principle